How are you, students? Here are your results for period 6. It's the last period actually, but don't get excited. You are still not done. There's one more assessment to go, and that assessment gives you an opportunity to improve your results if you did not do good in the simulation competition. So you still have one last chance to make sure that you pass the course by actually making sure that you complete the next assessment. It will be ratios or financial analysis, uh, financial report analysis, and it's where you will use ratios to actually determine how your company performed in some specific periods or during some specific periods. But for period 6, here are your results. As you can see there, we still have one tech leader in the market, and that's group team 4, and we have all the other course leaders. But team 1, you guys are charging 500. Customers don't know whether you are course leader or you are tech leader. You are just hanging somewhere there. Okay, it's always advisable not to go uh, with average price, and better maybe to actually be at least less than 500. But it doesn't hurt a lot. You can still sell if the demand is good for the products. But the system is gonna kind of have tough time to determine whether to judge you as a cost leader or as a tech leader. Highest price in the market goes to company 5. I mean company 4 at 570, followed by company number 5 for the cost leaders. Company 5 is the most expensive in the cost leaders market. And Chinatown this time is company number 3. And if you charge this less when the demand is this high, it means you really have to produce enough. If you don't produce enough, you will give away a lot of customers and the system will punish you for that. Um, Obviously, 470, it could also be more for you guys, just to make sure you don't sell out. And if you sell out, to make sure that you don't give away too many customers. But the good, ideal planning is for you guys to sell out, but don't sell out and give away too many customers. Sell out and maybe give away 5, 3, not more than 10. Maybe that's a little bit better. But if you have maybe 1 or 2 units left in the shop, that's not also bad for your planning quality. Like I advised in the video for the explanation of period 6 news, I explained that this is the period where you have to plan for your planning quality, but not necessarily for the highest price. I mean for the highest profit. Okay. We expect highest quality from you guys as you charge the highest, but this could be more. I could charge more, maybe 590 or even above 600, since you have been investing in R&D. Let's see who invested more in R&D this time. Team number 4, you guys invested the highest, 6,000, and the least 3,000 from company 2, 3, and 5, 3,500 from company 1. Okay, it's reasonable investment from cost leaders. But for those who produce a lot, you could maybe increase a bit since it was your last chance. And I just hope you guys sell out. And if you look at the accumulated R&D investment, company number 4 from the start, you allocated 81,500 euros in R&D budget. And that's quite a lot, but I would have usually I can see some companies going beyond this budget, maybe 100,000, 110, 120. The least is company 2 at 42,500. You guys are not the cheapest. Company number 3, who are the cheapest, in the market, they still managed to invest about 67,000 um, in R&D overall from period 1 up to period 6. 50,000 and 40 euros, not so bad as well for a cost leader. But you guys also not the cheapest, charging quite a lot. And that's where the system is gonna hit you. Your price is almost same as these guys, but these guys, if you look at the tech index, which is the result of your R&D investment, they have a 1.26 tech index. They deserve to charge so much, but you guys at only 1.17, that 500, it's quite a lot for the price. But if all these guys don't produce or didn't produce enough and they sell out, customers will come and still buy from your shop. Also, you guys, you are not the lowest charging company. You charge 470, but you can see these guys at 1.25. They are just charging so much little at 450. So it means you guys, there's an opportunity cost for you guys there, because very good quality but very cheap. Okay, it's like some shops selling really nice shoes, quality shoes for the Chinatown price. Okay, so it's either you guys have been over investing, okay, in R&D, and you have not been charging for the price, but you can see you guys now charged enough, and that's good. But you guys still too cheap, but the quality way too good. That could not be a good planning as well. The idea is, if you are cost leader, don't invest a lot in R&D and make sure you don't charge a lot. But you guys invest too much, then you don't charge a lot. So there's an opportunity cost for you there. You could make more money from your products, but because you are charging peanuts, you will not make a lot, and that means you will not get a good return on your investment. How did you make your your workers work? First, the machines. As you can see, the machines here only work 72%, 91%, 100% there, and 100% here. You guys 94, that's not too bad, but you guys could have made use of the machines. If you sold out and you give away customers, it's not good not to use your machines to work more. But if you guys gain some customers from other guys, then it was fine to just make your machines work at this level. Otherwise, the more percentage you make your machines work, it means your cost of goods manufactured will go down. And if your cost of goods manufactured goes down, it means also you will be able to make a little bit more money from the wholesale. Okay. How did you make use of your production workers? This is how your workers worked. Company 1, your workers worked 100%, though machines did not work 100. Team 3 also, your workers worked 100%. Also company number 5. But company 4, your workers were about 5.6% relaxing of the time, and about for company number 2, you guys, your workers were relaxing about 80%. So it means also, if you make your workers work more, you can see your cost of production will go down. You can see there, you guys, you didn't make your machines work much more, but because your workers work more or worked more, your cost of production is a little bit down. Probably you had 3 machines or something. That's why the third machine maybe was not producing a lot. The company that managed to produce to spend less on their production of surfboards is company number 5, producing each surfboard only at 249.44 cents. Otherwise, the highest is you guys at 285. That's normal for a tech leader, because usually tech leaders don't produce in volumes. And you know the concept of mass production, the more you produce, the cheaper it becomes to actually um, produce one unit. Otherwise, all of you guys will make a profit from the wholesaler. The least profit will go to company for at least maybe about 100 or 90, 99 point maybe something there, because the wholesaler was offering you guys I think 385. So which means if you take the price of the wholesaler minus your cost, but whatever is left is your profit margin when you sell to the wholesaler. I can see all of you guys sold 100 to the wholesaler. It means all of you guys made some big profits there. Awareness, this is how you market it this time. I think in general, companies like Team 4 there, that's not enough, honestly. The rules of the game clearly stipulates that you must at least invest 5% of your sales turnover, and this can be 5% of your sales turnover. So if you invest less than 5%, you will have trouble attracting customers. And even if you get customers from other guys that you did not attract with your own awareness and quality, system will still punish you, because you could have had some units in stock should those companies not have given you some customers. 5,000 also not really enough, but good effort from company number 1, 10,000, and company number 5, obviously 13,000. You guys produce a lot. Some of you, you really needed to market a little bit more. And one of the effect that I saw is that you guys were still investing more money in print. But remember, print advertising benefits you in the long term. But this was your last period and you didn't have to think long term. You could have spent more money in sales promotion, make some noise, and make sure that people come and walk in the shop and buy your surfboards. That could help, or maybe you could have hired an additional salesperson and instead not invest a lot of money in advertising or sales promotion. It could be also an option. I needed you guys to think like that as business people. Um, in terms of awareness, now the highest known company in the market, obviously, is company number company number 1. You guys, I understand now. You got 85%, followed by 81%, and 81% also for company 5 and company 3. The list, company 4, 56, way too less. I understand you guys are tech leaders, but if you didn't produce a lot, maybe it's sufficient to create awareness for those few units. But if you produce a little bit more, you could have improved this awareness budget. And obviously, looking at now how you sold, company number 1, you guys sold 339 units. Your potential was only 293. It means you gained, because of that price, you're supposed to have some stock left. Actually, quite a lot of it, 339, and you were only supposed to sell 293. So you could have left maybe with about 36 units in stock, but because other guys did not produce enough, you were lucky you sold out. But system will still punish you with your planning quality for overproducing those 36 units that you could not sell without the assistance of other guys giving you customers. Company 2, you guys sold 317. You were also supposed to sell only 259. Also, your quality, remember, was the lowest, but your price was at 470. But other guys with best quality, like company number 3, charged only 450. So which means your demand was only 259, also a lot, but you managed to sell 317, which means you also gained quite a lot of units from those who did not produce enough. It was also kind of a strategic to anticipate shortage of supply from the competitors. Company number one, company number three, you guys only sold 142 units because you did not produce enough, and your potential was 399. So if you don't make a profit, it's because of this blunder. I don't know why you only made 180 units when your demand, when you charge less. You can't produce less when you are less priced. Otherwise you will, and you create awareness. You call people to come to the shop. They come there, they don't find stock. You have disappointed quite a lot of customers, and there were a lot of complaints about your business, and this might really affect your planning quality big time. So you had enough machines from previous period. You could have made those machines work a little bit more and produce a lot and meet this demand, or at least you could have at least charged more, even go above 500, because your quality was worth a price more than 500, because your quality, I think, was the second highest, if not third, only less compared to period 5, company five's quality. So this was a big blunder there for you not to produce enough. Company number 4, you guys sold 131 units. You could actually have sold 172. I think you also underproduced. I think you only made 170 units. I understand maybe you didn't want to buy another machine. The only option you had was to increase your price so that you can cut down on your demand. If you could have increased your price maybe to 630, 640, some of the guys could not afford, and your demand could have lowered, and manage to meet your demand only with those 170 units you produce, maybe with also some few uh, that you carried forward from the previous period. But remember, of the 170 units you produce, 100 of them went to the wholesaler and only 70 went to the shop, plus those few ones you carried down from previous period. It was not enough. um and obviously company number 5, you guys sold to 84. You were supposed to sell 342. You also gave away customers. You could have made more again, because your quality was very good. Even though you charged 499, your quality was way too good for that price. You could also go above 500 and still manage to sell, to cut down this unnecessary demand that you created for yourself. You created this demand for yourself that you could not cater for. Otherwise, you could have ordered another machine and make a little bit more to cater for this extra demand. Or otherwise, you could have gone above average. System could have treated you as tech leaders, but you could still sell maybe with a price of 525 there, since your quality was almost the same quality as the tech leaders were charging 570. Otherwise, number of units in stock, uh, none of you guys have something in stock, but you shouldn't be happy that you will have to get a good planning quality, because some of you guys don't have anything, but you have disappointed way too many customers who came to your shop but did not find any surfboard there. The whole industry disappointed some customers, because customers came looking to buy surfboards, but there were no surfboard in the whole market. And quality of planning, I'm sorry for you guys, team 3, that planning, I don't know why you had to cut your production like that. So you got a minus 0.05 planning quality, and the highest quality goes to company number 5. Congratulations to you guys. That's 9.7 out of 10. You guys, I will not minus, but you lose quite a lot of marks there. For you guys, your quality was not so good for the price you charged, 470 for 1.31, especially that these guys also charged less when their quality was good. The system felt like that price of 470 was not worth the quality of 1.13. In this case, so your planning quality was affected not only by your own decision, but also by this guy's decision to charge less. And 0.60 there, not so bad. But I think you guys also overproduced because you really got some support from these guys who did not produce enough to help you sell out your stock. You could have had about 36 units in stock, and you know already when you have something left in stock, system doesn't treat you very well with your planning quality. Otherwise, moment of truth, your net profit, company number 3, you made a very big loss of 9,060 in a very good season because of that decision that you made not to produce. Don't know whose idea was that, but you guys could have, you are cost leaders. You're supposed to produce more. You charge less, but you could have then produced maybe over 400 units for you to meet the demand that you created because of the cheapest products that you threw to the market. Otherwise, you guys made the highest profit. You company number 5, you won period 6 with 41,970. You guys came second in this period, 32,040 euros, 27,340. So you guys, because these guys really had good quality, you also had tough time. But remember, your profit is also too less because you gave away quite a lot of customers, and these guys, their profit is quite very high because the price was good, 499, and I understand their prime cost was too low because their cost of production was also too low, and they also made a lot of money from the wholesaler compared to the other 14s. For you guys, the decision not to produce did not do you guys good. This is the performance for this period, but overall, from period 1, company 1, even though you did not make the highest profit this time, you managed still to come at the top. You finished the first. Company 2, even though you didn't come the highest this time, you finished second. And you guys, even though you made a loss, you managed to break even. I hope that helps you guys with that low planning quality that you got there. And you guys, even though you made the highest profit now, previously you have been making losses, and you still did not manage to break even. You did a good planning in period 5, period 6. I don't know what has been happening in the previous period. It's because maybe you guys were not working as a team. But you guys, even though you made a profit, your losses were just too big, and your profit that you made could not cover up for the losses you made from the previous period. It means you guys would have to lose also some marks for not breaking even, but you guys will collect marks for the third place. First place marks goes to company number 1, which means you guys are the ones who won the overall game. First place, second place goes to company 2, and third place goes to company 3. But in terms of cash, cash is not profit. You guys, you finished with an overdraft. I think company number 4, you did not manage to pay off your debts probably, but the rest of this company, they have the highest cash balance of 69,280. You guys have 45,080 because you haven't been investing a lot in R&D, but you have been making some good money there. You guys, you have been over investing in R&D. That's why your cash balance is not as much, and you guys, you finish with the overdraft. That's why you only have a minimum 2,000 there, that the system could not allow you to have less than that. Otherwise, that was the simulations. That was the simulation, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those who did not break even, try to work hard in the next assessment. It's an open book assessment. Work as a team. Um, uh, the ratios were given to you in the initial videos, but I will also share the slides on your groups. Read the slides. Look at the news that we have been sharing on the e-learning. It might help you to perform good in this assessment, and make sure that you do the right calculations. The reports, I will give you the report that you will use for the assessment as well. Otherwise, from my side, thank you very much for those who have been committed to assist their teams, at least to complete the simulation. And remember, simulation contributes 25% to your overall case marks. And I hope you get some good marks from this next assessment. And I hope also you get good marks from the initial assessment that you guys submitted with the business analysis. And that's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can post them on the group. Thank you very much.